So in the previous class, we have looked into the transmission of the data. Okay, transmission of the data, right? So this was a 40H. Okay, and then right, timer 1 setup, mode 2, 9600 baud rate. Then SCON register is going to be 40. Then TR1 equal to 1, that is a start the timer. Then send to the function. Okay, YES. So it will come here. X will be having one time Y and another time E and another time yes. Okay, so that is going to be stored into SBUF. So whatever the data present upon the SBUF register, that is going to be transmitted external outside. Okay, so when it is been one single character is been transmitted, TI is going to be 1. So until it is 1, we will not go to the next. When it becomes 1, the condition fails, then we go for the next command here. So TI is equal to 0. And again, we are going back. We are fetching. We are transmitting E. Then we are transmitting yes. So this will be continuous for forever loop while 1 forever loop. Okay. Okay. So continuously this YES message is going to be transmitted outside of the 8051. Okay. So it is being understood. Now let us understand the reception of the data. Okay, step by step. What is the thing? The first step is set up tmod register. So tmod equal to tmod comma hash. What is the value? 20H. So that is timer 1 mode 2. So 20H. Then what? TH1 is loaded with baud rate. So let us consider 9600. TH1 comma hash minus 3H, sorry, minus 3 or FDH. Okay, let us write minus 3. Both are same. Both are same. Then what is the third step? SCON register is loaded with 50H. So now here it is 50H. Okay. SCON register equal to SCON comma hash 50H. Before it was 40H. While transmitting, it is going to be 40H. Please make a corrections in the previous slides. Okay, I am telling you now only. Don't tell that later on, sir, it was 50. We have written 50. No, it is not a 50 in the transmission. It is 40H in the transmission and 50H in the reception. Okay, while receiving the data, we need to store 50H. Why we need to store 50H? Because mode 1, serial communication mode 1. So it is going to be 0, 1, SM0 and SM1. This is SM1. So 0, 1. Then SM2 is going to be 0. Okay, SM2. This is SM2. And then there is a REN, receive enable. So while transmitting, I will make it 0. And while receiving, I will make it 1. So what is the value? Now it is 5. 5. Then rest all are TV8, RV8 that I am not going to use. TI, RI that also going to be 0, 0. So it is 0. So 50H. While reception, it is going to be 50H. So that is why I have to store SCON register with the 50H value. Then TR1. So that is start the timer 1. Then okay, RI is cleared. However, it is going to be cleared first in the beginning. Then I have to look for, I have to monitor RI flag here because I'm working with reception, not with the transmission. So that is why I have to look for the RI flag here. Monitor, I have to monitor RI flag. Then whatever is coming inside to SBUF register, okay, that I have to store. See, when RI is raised, SBUF, after raising RI, SBUF will be having a complete data, 8-bit data. So that 8-bit data is going to be stored into some of the safe place, that is into any of the register. Okay, and then receive the next character. Go to step 5 to receive it. Step 5 means again clear RI and continue with the things. So let us see the program now. So here, first step is timer mode setup. Okay, timer mode 1, timer mode 2 operation. Then timer 1, mode 2 operation. Then -6 is 4800, -3 is 9600. Okay, so this is the baud rate that needs to be set up into TH1 register. Then, as I said, SCON register is going to be stored with 50H. That is what? REN enabled, receive enable. Okay, then set the timer. So after setting the timer, now I am receiving, no, the data is going to be received. So that is why first I am monitoring RI register, RI bit of SCON register. Okay, jump if no bit. Here, where is that? That is here only. So I will be on this instruction only until RI becomes 1. So when RI becomes 1, whenever SBUF register will receive the stop bit. Whenever SBUF register will receive the stop bit. So when the stop bit is arrived, RI is going to be equal to 1. So soon after that, this instruction will be not executed. The next instruction will be executed. So what is the next instruction? I can understand that the SBUF is now already having the data that I am storing into the A register, internal register. Then, okay, this program is to send whatever I am receiving from external, I have to send that to P1 register, P1 port. So I'm simply transmitting A value into P1 value. Okay, basically this is not required, but this is one application if it is been required, if it is been asked. Okay, so here it is been asked. 8051 program to receive byte of data serially and put them upon P1 port. Okay, so that is why this instruction is been written. Then clear RI. This is a 5th step. So I'm jumping back to this, going back to the next. Okay, is it been cleared? The same way into a C program. Here also it is going to be very easy to understand the things. So register 51 that has to be included. Then main program, unsigned char my byte, one integer, one character type data, my byte, character type. So tmod register setup, then th1, that is 4800 baud rate, then SCON equal to 50H, so that is receive enabled, start the timer. So now continuously receive the data while RI equal to 0. So until RI equal to 0, I will be remaining into this while only. If RI is equal to 1, means if RI is equal to 1, then this command will not be executed. I will go for this. So when, what will happen? My SBUF will be having the data, received data, and that received data is going to be stored into a variable my byte. So because my byte is a character type, my byte is going to have A, B, C, D, or whatever the character that is being received by external device. and the same byte is going to be, the same character is going to be sent to the P1 register. P1, there is port 1 register. And then I am clearing RI and I am going back to while one. So again, I am receiving the second data, second character. So when the second character has been finished, SBUF will be having the second character, and that is going to be sent to my byte to P1. Make RI is equal to 0. Again, go back to this. Look for the third character. So again, go for fourth character, fifth character. So like this, it will be working. So understood? These two main important programs. Now, this is not the context of the content, but still we will see. Now we have the baud rates of -3, -6, -12, right? So whereas 9600 is a maximum here. Then 4800. Then we have how much? 2400. So like that, we have some of the baud rates. Now, if I want to increase the baud rate, I want to increase the speed of the data rate, data transfer rate, then I have one option. Okay. There are two ways to increase a baud rate of data transfer. One is to use a higher frequency crystal. So basically, what is the crystal frequency that I am using for a 8051? It is 11.0592 megahertz. So one thing is, if I increase my crystal frequency from 12 megahertz to 24 megahertz, or from 24 megahertz to maximum, I can increase up to 100 megahertz. Then there are the chances of increasing the baud rate, Now suppose, what is another way of increasing the baud rate? To change a single bit in the pecan register. So what is this pecan register? It is port control register. Okay, or oh, sorry, it is a power control register, right? Power control register. It is a 8-bit register. So now whenever 8051 is powered up, SMOD is going to be 0. So SMOD means the MSB of pecan register. This is my pecan register. Okay. Pecan register is a 8-bit register. So out of this 8 bits, so bit 0 is ideal, bit 1 is PD, bit 2 is GF, GF1 is there, some user defined is there. The last bit is SMOD, SMOD. Okay. Now this is important. The last bit is important in the pecan register for us to increase the data transfer rate. Okay. Now, if suppose if I make SMOD is basically 0. By default, it is going to be 0. If I make SMOD equal to 1, if I make SMOD is equal to 1, then the baud rate is going to be doubled. The baud rate is going to be doubled. Okay, doubled means if I set -3, the speed will be not 9600, but it is a double of 9600. That is how much? 19200. If I multiply by 2 for this 9600, what I will get? 19200 00. This is my speed. See, from where to where I am jumping, directly it is been doubled only by making S mod is equal to 1. So if S mod of the Pcon register is equal to 1, then the speed will be doubled, right? How to make that? Simple. Read the Pcon register into A. Read the Pcon register into A. Whatever the value is there, take that into A. Modify that single bit. Set bit accumulator 0.7. So only bit 7 of accumulator is going to be equal to 1 set bit. Okay, D7 is equal to 1. Then load that accumulator value again back into Pcon register. So now this bit is equal to be 1. Whatever may be the rest of the bits, we don't have to care about the rest of the bits. That is why we are not making any changes into the rest of the bits. Only this single bit, if we change it to 1, then directly our data transfer rate is going to be doubled from 9600 to 19200 or 4800. If I'm using -6, then it will be working with 9600. Okay, so these are the two ways of increasing the baud rate. So how it is going to be happening here? One step is crystal oscillator is our crystal oscillator is 11.0592 megahertz divided by 12. Then if S mod is equal to 0, so 921.6 kilohertz I will get. If S mod is equal to 0, I will get 28.8 kilohertz. Okay, this is the baud rate. Or else, if S mod is equal to 1, so what is actually happening is this 921.6 kilohertz is going to be divided by 60. So that is why I am getting 57,600 hertz. Okay, so there what is happening from 9600 to 19200, 4800 to 9600, 200 to 4800, and 1200 to 2400. That is going to be doubled. This is during S mod is equal to 0. And this is during S mod equal to 1. Right? We just have to include this part. We just have to include this part into this program. So what will happen directly? The data transfer rate is going to be doubled at that point. Is it been understood?